Been wrenching on stuff for years, fixing stuff around the neighborhood. So, figured I'd try a little stand-up. I wrote this little piece. Aren't you guys glad the holidays are over?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, well, I wrote this little ditty here a while ago. It's become kind of a Christmas classic on one of the antique automobile clubs that I belong to. Anyways, it's called The Night Santa Borrowed My Buick. 'Twas a stormy Christmas Eve, and all through the land nothing was stirring but an old beer can. It must have been tossed out the window by a redneck passerby. Man, lucky for him it didn't hit my Buick, or I would have had to make him cry. Half asleep was I, when all of a sudden, up on my roof there was a clank, a clunk, and a clatter. Then against my chimney I swear I heard a big splatter. I heard someone yelling, "Oh, screw! Looks like some mate switched my reindeer with a roo." It was muffled, so I couldn't be sure, but I think he cussed a few swear words. Heavy footsteps upon the roof, and the thought ran through my mind, this guy must be a goof. What a mighty leap. He sprang, and down my chimney he came. I hope he wouldn't get stuck in my flue. Being so fat, I'm sure he would have stuck like glue. I stood there and saw him all covered in soot. Good thing the fire wasn't lit, or he could have burned his foot. He stood there and looked at me with a grin while licking the soot off his beard and chin. He replied, "Maple and oak is what you last burned. For all I've done for you, now I need a turn. Oh, buddy, old pal, old mate of mine, it seems I have a problem. I think it started down the street with some mate who was unkind. Must have been something in the brownies those hippies left. Or it could have been the milk that was spiced with rum. Whatever it was, it made me rather tipsy and left my mind feeling real dumb. I don't have much time, so I'll get right to it. I'm going to need the keys for your old Buick. Not just any car will do it. I need one that'll take a straight 8 on through it." I thought for a moment, then exclaimed, "What if you scuff up my paint and chrome? And those tinkering little elves you picked up in Nome, they'll screw with my tune-up with their short little thumbs and get my upholstery full of cookie crumbs. And surely you'll break my springs with your mighty load as you take her on down the road. She ain't no ute out on a toot." And Jolly Red said with a laugh, "Not to worry, we'll treat her first class. Do not despair, it won't be so tragic. I'll just sprinkle it with a little Christmas magic." "Okay," said I, "but I'm coming along, and tell those elves to keep it down. I'm tired of hearing that Jingle Bell song." Quick as a flash, the shed door flew open. Santa looked to see how I was coping. She sat there glistening, gleaming, just like she was all dressed up for a Christmas greeting. Packed full of presents and all, with the motor so strong it just wouldn't stall. We all piled in, and to my surprise, that magic dust made her fly. Around the world we made it in one night. The old Packard was safely home by early morning light. Just like St. Nick promised, not a nick, a dent, or a scratch was upon it. I think it was the elves that put me to sleep. They really do give me the creeps. Next day, when I looked under the tree, there was a bottle of Jack and a card left for me. "Thanks for everything," is what it said. "I could not have done it without your beautiful old sled. P.S. We cleaned up the mess on the roof. Sorry about the goof. I didn't think the cow would have pooped." Merry Christmas, y'all. Your old pal, Santa Claus. First time being a stand-up comedian. My wife says everything about mechanics is dirty, and I suppose it's true. You know, under the hood you're all full of grease, and then move up to the front seat, and you gotta test it and take it up and down the road, and then every once in a while, you know, you end up in the back seat, so. Anyway.
Dave B, the bird trivia over there.